Alright guys, we got us another engine that another co-worker tore down. I didn't get it in this condition. It's been sitting outside for a month. I went on and got the pistons. First of all, I got the oil drain, the oil pan off, the pickup tube off, the oil pump off, the balancer and the oil filter and the fan hub assembly off. Top of this engine was completely rusted to pieces, man. So I pulled the pistons and liners out and went to cleaning. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go back and I'm gonna install liners today, get my liners installed, get my cleaned up lifters back installed, and pistons and rods. Hopefully we can have that done today in this section of the video. And here we go. That's basically how I install these liners on these Internationals. I think they actually like you to torque it to about 80 and let it sit for a minute. So I'm pretty sure we're probably pretty close right there at 80 foot-pounds. So we'll just go ahead and let it sit for a minute and we'll just go on down the line with them. There's numbers on the liners right here, just like a part number or whatever. I like just to get uniform with them and just put them all in order. I don't know if that's an OCD thing or whatever you call it, but that's how I do it. So let's get on to the next one. Now we're going to go ahead and install these lifters. This is just how I do it. I try to work them both down there with my fingers and hope that everything goes like it should. And there we go. And we'll do that for all 6. Alright guys, we've got the lifters in and the liners in. Installed. Now we're going to go ahead and put the pistons and rings and the rods and all that together and drop them in the engine. ready for the cylinder head in no time. Alright, at this stage we painted the bottom of our block. We put on our oil pump and our balancer. We got our cylinder head on, fresh head gasket, freshly done head. Alright, at this point we got the head bolts in, the push rods and the rocker arm assembly. Now, before you torque these head bolts and whatnot, you gotta shim these rocker arm assemblies with a 5/1000 shim on the ends there. Right there, like so. And it's got to stay right, just that little bit. It's got to stay right there while you torque the heads. We'll run this down a little bit. Torqued. Did it in 3 stages. It's finally torqued. Now we're going to go on, since we've got this part, we're going to go ahead and adjust our valves. It's 25 thousandths on this particular engine, and I do have it set on top dead center 1. Screwdriver this time. Sometimes I can get it close by hand. Alright. Oh, turned out just a little bit there on me. Get her adjusted back. And a little bit there, right there. Alright. Go ahead and adjust her up. Alright. So close. Just a little snugger. A little bit snug. Snug it up just a hair. Yeah, that's more like it. All right. Okay, what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 10. Then we're going to rotate it around on our marks down here. Rotate crankshaft around, come back to where I have it marked, and do the remainder. It's going to be like 4, 5, what is it? 8, 9, 11, and 12, something like that. So, all right. And then we'll get the injectors in. Alright guys, we got the cylinder head torqued, valves adjusted, thermostat on, a little bit of the engine painted. We're going to go ahead and do the fuel injectors, the under the cover wire harness, and then the valve cover. Alright, here's a good one for you. Alright, the driver's complaint was the truck wouldn't start. Alright, flex plate. Okay, yeah, look at that damage there. Holy smokes, what is this? Is that part of a starter? Is this the part that bolts to the torque converter? What in the world? Okay, good starter. Yeah, good starter. Yeah, something's missing there. So there's my flex plate, the part that bolts to the torque converter. Where's the transmission at? I know it's out on the ground over here. Is that what? Oh my goodness. What? Like nobody heard this? Look at all the metal there. Gee. Alright guys, a little update on the engine. It's been a little bit since they've let me work on it. We got her painted up, and looks like now we got to get all the accessories bolted on. Over there I got the ECM on. Probably next go around, probably show it finished. Hoses and all that, so stay tuned for that. Alright, we've got our turbo on. Most all the accessories put on, all the new hoses ran, everything hooked up. Oil filter full of oil, new water filter. Got the oil pan back on, that steering stabilizer back on. Alright, let's get the air filter housing on and some oil in it, and next time we'll see it, hopefully she'll be running. Alright, we got her together. All painted up, new thermostat, new hoses, new turbo, new filters, new radiator. Got it together, as long as the radiator wasn't leaking. So there you go, all back together. We got to get an air filter in it.